Storm Runner is the incredible hydraulic launch coaster at Hersheypark in Hershey, Pennsylvania. And when it opened, it featured many firsts for the model. It was the first hydraulic launch coaster to have an inversion, a dual loading station, and even a switch track. And many of these have been carried over to newer installations, including the current tallest coaster in the world, King Dakar at Six Flags Great Adventure in New Jersey. Now on to the stats. Storm Runner was manufactured by Intamin Amusement Rides and features a height of 150 feet tall, a drop of 180 feet, while reaching a top speed of 72 miles per hour. Without further ado, let's get straight into the review. The theming. Storm Runner, like many of the other rides at Hersheypark, has very light theming. Some may not even think it has theming, but Storm Runner is actually themed to a powerful storm and the harnessing of its energy. References to this can actually be seen throughout many parts of the ride, including the ride's logo and color scheme. Fun fact, to get up to 72 miles per hour, Storm Runner's hydraulic launch produces something to the tune of 8,000 horsepower. To put that into perspective, the world's fastest production car, the Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute, produces 1,600 horsepower. So Storm Runner is outputting 5 times the power of the world's fastest production car about every minute, which is just ridiculous to think about. The trains. Storm Runner features Intamin's standard train design that they used throughout much of the late 90s and early 2000s. Storm Runner originally opened with hard over-the-shoulder restraints, which, alongside many other rides that originally opened with these restraints, including Maverick at Cedar Point and Intimidator 305 at King's Dominion, got replaced with newer, soft over-the-shoulder restraints. And I think these restraints are a little uncomfortable, especially the large bar that sits on your lap, but they are absolutely better than the originals. As for how the trains look, I really like the design of them, but I find that the yellow color is a little bit unpleasant to look at. Now it's time for the main event, the ride experience. Right out of the station, Storm Runner either turns right or left, before heading into the launch track. After waiting for a few seconds, the brake fins on the launch track go down, and your train rolls back a few inches to engage with the catch car, which is why you sometimes hear a dropping sound right before you launch. Then you hear, "Get ready, here we go," before launching up to 72 miles per hour in just 2 seconds. This launch is honestly crazy. It feels like you're being teleported down the launch track. And please keep your head back or else you will get slammed into the back of your seat and will not have an enjoyable ride experience. After the launch, you pull up into a 150-foot tall top hat, which gives awesome airtime if you sit near the front or the back of the train. After this comes the 180-foot drop, which doesn't really feel like 180 feet, which may be just because of the sheer adrenaline that you feel after the launch. Next comes 2 one-of-a-kind elements. The first of these is the Cobra Loop, which feels like the first half of a Cobra roll. Next comes my favorite of the 2, which is the Flying Snake Dive, which is an insane mix of 2 inversions and is probably my second favorite moment on the ride, behind the launch. Next comes 2 weird airtime pops before entering the first of 2 brake runs. This ends your 2,600-foot-long journey on Storm Runner. Final thoughts. Storm Runner is the definition of short but oh so sweet. The launch is awesome and the rest of the ride is quality over quantity. The only real drawback may be the ride's somewhat noticeable rattle in some of the valleys. But Storm Runner is overall a great ride and an amazing part of Hersheypark's stacked ride lineup. What do you think of Storm Runner? Tell me in the comments below. Have a good one. Bye.